Hello movie lovers, Bob for Bob's Movie Review here, and today I'm bringing you my Blu-ray and DVD shopping guide and reviews for March 30th, 2021. I hope you guys do enjoy the video. Remember, you can find affiliate links to purchase these movies down in the description below, and using those links does help support the channel. Now, everything this week was sent to me for review. A lot to talk about, so let's get into it. First up, guys, we have Wonder Woman in 1984. This one is releasing on 4K Blu-ray and digital. Amazon and Walmart, $29.96. Best Buy and Target, $29.99. Best Buy will have an exclusive 4K Steelbook, which will include 4K Blu-ray and digital for $34.99. And then Target is going to have an exclusive version, but I believe it's just a slipcover art on that one. Will include Blu-ray, DVD, and digital for $24.99. There's also going to be a 3D version, which will include 3D Blu-ray and digital. Seems strange, but they are releasing it. Amazon and Best Buy, $27.99. Target, $28.99, and Walmart, $34.99. Now, I did pre-order that version, so I'll bring you guys an unboxing of that when I get it. I'm not sure if it's going to be here today or not. I haven't checked my shipping on that. It is also releasing on a Blu-ray, DVD, and digital. Amazon and Walmart, $24.96. Best Buy and Target, $24.99. And then finally, it will be getting a DVD release. Amazon and Walmart, $17.96. Best Buy and Target, $17.99. Warner Brothers did send me over a copy of Wonder Woman 1984 for review. I did post an unboxing of this. If you like, check that out. Just search for Wonder Woman on my channel. So this one takes place in 1984, as the title says. And Wonder Woman, I don't know, she's just kind of living her life, I guess, and trying to stay hidden, and sometimes coming out as Wonder Woman to help people, but for the most part, I think trying to stay hidden and just live as Diana. And this magic monkey paw pops up, and this guy uses it for no good, and I found it strange because I was like, really, it's a monkey paw movie? But then they even referenced the monkey paw in it, and if you guys are unfamiliar with the monkey paw, basically it was a monkey paw that would grant you wishes, and you would give it a wish, and it would give you however many wishes, 1, 3, 5, however many wishes, and you would give it a wish, but it would always not turn out quite how you would hope. It would be something a little more sinister. In this, though, the wish is granted, but then it takes something away from you, I guess, whatever it wants, or however that works. Even as I'm saying it, I'm getting more confused by the story. So that's pretty much the whole gist of the movie. This guy wants this. It's a stone, but we'll just call it the monkey paw. He wants it because his company is failing and he needs to find oil. So he wants to use that to make that land he owns have oil. And from there, I don't know, I was confused what he wanted from there. Like, it seemed like, I don't know, he wanted power or whatever. And basically trying to get the whole world to make wishes so he could take something from everyone. What was his end game, though? I never understood. It almost like destroyed all of humanity. So what was the point? If you're going to like cause wars that'll destroy all of Earth, what good was it going to do him? I don't know. It was very confusing. Very long movie, 2.5 hours. The first hour and a half, virtually nothing happens, and we see Wonder Woman for maybe a minute in the first hour and a half. Just such a slow start to this. The last hour of the movie is quite a bit more entertaining, although the story still doesn't make a whole lot of sense. The villain doesn't make sense. A lot of the special effects or just like Gal Gadot, like, she looks really awkward when they're doing the special effects, and I don't know what it is or why it is, but she just looks really odd. Like, not her face, just her movements. They look really odd, and it just seems off, and everyone is saying how weird it looks and how off it just feels in the movie. And so overall, I thought the movie was all right. Definitely nothing spectacular. Like I say, a confusing kind of story that I don't think really went anywhere or made a whole lot of sense. A movie that just seems so unnecessary, like a villain who's nothing, basically, a guy who grants wishes, like, and he always seems to get away from her, even though he doesn't do anything. He just always seems to get away. So I gave this one a 2.5, guys. I wasn't into it. But like I say, that last hour is at least pretty entertaining. So if you want, I don't know, could they have made the movie an hour long and just shown the last hour? I don't know. Next up, The Greatest Show on Earth is releasing on a Blu Ray and digital. Amazon and Best Buy, $22.99. Target and Walmart, no listing. Paramount Home Entertainment did send me over a copy of The Greatest Show on Earth for review. I did post an unboxing of this. If you like to check that out, just search for The Greatest Show on Earth on my channel. Now, I'd never seen this one before, so this is a first-time watch for me. This one was from 1952, and I think maybe you got to kind of think the 50s is a lot different time than it is now. But this is about the Barnum and Bailey Ringling Brothers Circus, and they get really into the circus. There is a story about the guy who's running it and some trapeze artists, and I thought that the acting was really good, and I really liked the characters, and I really liked the story that they had going on about how he would kind of do anything to get the show. And there's kind of all these romances and the one-upsmanship on the trapeze, and all that stuff was really interesting. But I feel like it was a super long movie. It was like, I don't know if it was 2.5 hours, somewhere in there, and maybe an hour of it is the story, and then the rest is just watching a circus, basically. Like, it's the characters from the movie, so it's not like an actual circus, it's a Hollywood circus, but there's so much of just watching the circus, and to me it got a little monotonous, and I just really got tired of watching circus acts, elephants and dancing and whatever there all was. To me, I got really bored in those parts, but I really liked the story. So it was like, if it didn't have that, I would have enjoyed it quite a bit more. I gave this one a 3 out of 5. Like I said, it is a good story with good acting, but just such a long movie that I feel like it just gets real slow in a lot of parts. Next up is The 10 Commandments. This one's releasing on a 4K Blu-ray and digital. Amazon and Walmart, $19.96, Best Buy, $19.99, and Target, $23.99. Paramount Home Entertainment did send me over a copy of The 10 Commandments for review. I did post an unboxing of this. If you like to check that out, just search for The 10 Commandments on my channel. So this is his first time on 4K. I'm going to briefly talk about the movie. I did review this one previously, so I do have probably a more in-depth review up if you'd like to check that one out. But this is the story of Moses, and it's nearly 4 hours long, but it stays entertaining through virtually the entire 4 hours. To me, there are some parts where it starts to slow down, but I think pretty entertaining, very entertaining characters. I don't think you have to be, strictly super religious to watch this. It's still a very interesting story about this guy named Moses, and basically they're all Egyptian slaves, and they order the death to the first child, or the first male child, because they believe that there's going to be someone who's going to free them from slavery, and they don't want that to happen, so they have to kill them all. But Moses escapes, and he is raised by the Pharaoh's daughter and becomes basically a prince until he finds out that he is actually not an Egyptian. And so he ends up kind of becoming a slave himself, and eventually freeing everybody, and God gives him these 10 commandments. Now, the 4K on this movie is amazing. Like, if you watch this thing, you're going to be blown away. You're going to be shocked. You're going to not even believe this movie is from 1956. The colors are so bright and vibrant. It's amazing. And the clarity, most of the time, the clarity is really good. I would say, kind of a lot of the backgrounds seem to not look quite so good. But for the most part, I would say 90 to 95% of this movie, it just looks amazing. And like I say, there's a few parts where maybe it's a little more grainy than the rest. It doesn't look quite as good. But definitely a very good picture quality. Definitely want to check out. I'd be interested to hear a comparison in some of the darker scenes of the contrast between the 4K and the Blu-ray. Even the dark scenes, they just looked so good, so much detail in them, and really just an amazing looking movie. If you guys are fans of this one, definitely check out this 4K. They did a good job on it. Next up is Our Friend, releasing on a DVD. Amazon and Walmart, $19.96, Best Buy and Target, $17.99. Universal Home Entertainment sent me over a copy of Our Friend for review. I did post an unboxing of this. If you'd like to check that out, just search for Our Friend on my channel. So this is a sad movie, guys. You go into this knowing it's sad. In fact, this movie has probably the most depressing start to a movie I've ever seen, in which a husband and wife, they don't show it, but they're going to tell their kids that their mom is dying of cancer. And that is like the most depressing way to start a movie I have ever seen. Unfortunately or fortunately, it doesn't really get much happier from there. They basically tell I don't know if it was about a 6-year span from before she was diagnosed to her death. And their friend, played by Jason Segel, comes to help them out, and kind of all the stuff they go throughout. Amazing acting. Like, Jason Segel was so good in this one. Casey Affleck was also, he was really good, but I think Jason Segel's the star, and then Dakota Johnson was good as well. But just a great movie about kind of dealing with the fact that she gets cancer, and they're going through, chemo and whatnot, and how they need help with their family, and kind of they can't really count on anyone, and they're trying to keep a secret how bad she's doing. Just a really interesting movie, a really sad movie, kind of a little depressing. There are some, kind of lighthearted parts, and a little funnier parts, but very, very interesting movie. I really enjoyed this one, guys. I gave it a 4 out of 5. It's definitely one to check out, especially if you want to check out something on a little more sad side. Definitely a very good quality film. Next up is The Toll. This one's releasing on a Blu Ray and digital. Walmart $14.96, Amazon and Best Buy $16.99, Target $17.29. Also releasing on a DVD, Amazon and Walmart $12.96, Best Buy $13.99, and Target $14.89. Now, Lionsgate did send me over a copy of The Toll for review, and I posted an unboxing of this. If you like, check that out. Just search for The Toll on my channel. So in this movie, this woman gets into the airport late at night. Her flight was delayed, and so she's going to visit her dad, and she doesn't want him to drive to the airport late at night, so she decides to get just kind of a generic ride share, kind of like Uber, but it just doesn't, I don't think they even had a name. And so there's a guy kind of like trolling for rides, and he keeps denying all these men, and he sees her and she's attractive, and he accepts. So it's kind of setting up the fact that maybe he's at best creepy, and at worst a psycho killer, So he picks her up, and it ends up being that they have to drive her really far away to get to her dad's house. And on the way, she falls asleep, and they wake up, and she's kind of disoriented, and she's kind of like, she's really defensive and feels like this guy is really, going to kill her or something. And so he ends up kind of making a turn she doesn't know. And she starts to freak out, and he's like, that's what's on the GPS, and shows her, and she's like, okay. And so they go, and they kind of end up getting like on a dirt road or something in the middle of nowhere, and then just everything kind of dies. The car breaks down, the phones are both dead, everything kind of just poops out. And so she thinks it's all, like a setup, like he's trying to get her out there to kill her, and he thinks she's trying to kill him. Or at least that's what he says. It's hard to say for sure if he really believes that, but she decides she's going to try to walk back to safety, and then things just kind of get really weird and supernatural, and they start to have these visions, and they start to believe that they're trying to kill each other, and they have to pay a toll, and there's this toll man. And I really enjoyed it up to that point. Like, I thought it was really good and suspenseful, and they were doing a really good job of like these two people being afraid of each other, and maybe he's gonna kill her, maybe he's not, maybe he's just it's hard to say, like, is he just an average guy out there driving trying to make $1, or is he really just out to kill her at the middle of the night? I got real confused on this toll man stuff. They try to walk away. They end up back in the same spot they started. And there's like this detour, and this lady shows up and tells them about the toll man, and they have to pay a toll, and that one of them was thinking about killing themselves, or they were almost dead, or something. It was real kind of vague, and I just didn't get it too much. And I definitely want to rewatch this one and see if I can figure out a little bit more about the toll man. But the first 3 quarters I really enjoyed. The last quarter was all right. I wasn't quite as much into it. I gave this one a 3 out of 5. It was well acted and a decent idea. Just the whole toll man thing, me personally, I was just lost. Next up is American Werewolf in London. This one's releasing on a Steelbook. Amazon, Best Buy, and Target $27.99, and Walmart no listing. Now, I did pre-order that one, so I'll bring you guys an unboxing of that once I have it. Next up is The Alienist, Angel of Darkness. This one's releasing on a Blu Ray and digital. Amazon, Best Buy, Target, and Walmart $24.99. Also releasing on a DVD. Amazon, Best Buy, Target, and Walmart all $19.99. Next up is The Day of the Beast, releasing on a 4K and Blu Ray. Amazon and Best Buy $34.99, Target $49.99, and Walmart no listing. Also releasing on a Blu Ray. Amazon and Best Buy $22.99, Target $34.99, and Walmart no listing. Next up is Perdita Durango. This one's releasing on a 4K and Blu Ray. Amazon and Best Buy $34.99, Walmart $41.56, and Target $41.99. Also releasing on a Blu Ray. Amazon and Best Buy $22.99, Target $34.99, and Walmart no listing. Next up is the Mortal Kombat 2 film collection, releasing on a Steelbook exclusively at Best Buy. It will include Blu Ray and digital for $14.99. Now, I did pre-order this one. I believe I have to go pick it up. I don't want to ship Steelbooks from Best Buy anymore. I'm just so tired of them damaging them. So I'll bring you guys unboxing that one hopefully soon. Next up is Haymaker. This one is releasing on a Blu Ray. Amazon and Target $24.99, Walmart $47, and Best Buy no listing. Also releasing on a DVD. Amazon and Target $19.99, Walmart $45.50, and Best Buy no listing. Next up is The Widow. This one is releasing on a Blu Ray. Amazon and Best Buy $17.99. Walmart $18.88 and Target $18.89. Also releasing on a DVD. Amazon and Walmart $12.96, Target $12.99, and Best Buy $13.99. Next up, we have another round. This one's releasing on a Blu Ray. Best Buy $14.99, Amazon and Target $16.99, and Walmart $46.93. And then it is releasing on a DVD. Amazon and Best Buy $11.99, Target $19.99, and Walmart no listing. Available now. Lionsgate did send me a copy of Dark Web Cicada 3301 for review. I did post an unboxing of this. If you like to check that out, just search for Dark Web on my channel. Definitely a very interesting box on this one. So this one is about this guy and kind of this woman and this other guy a little bit. They're all looking for this secret society called Cicada, and they kind of find these clues. And they're, they got to go from one clue to the next to figure out, I guess, how to eventually, like, they're tests. They're being tested, so they have to find one clue, and that'll lead them to another clue, and to another clue, and to another clue. Definitely very similar to the Da Vinci Code, although I felt like this made less sense than the Da Vinci Code. And like the first 20 minutes of the movie, I was very confused what was even going on. This guy is a bartender, and he's working at a bar, and they leave the waitress this small tip, and he's like, oh, the 20% tip is this, but oh, she didn't give you good service, so 15% tip is... What does this have to do with anything? Like, even after watching the movie, they're like trying to make him out to be this like mathematical genius or something, but he's just a bartender. Like, he has this skill, but he didn't manage to use it for anything good. He's just a bartender. And so then eventually they show that he's like stealing all the guy's money through I don't know, his credit cards, and steals his Bitcoins and like all this stuff. And I'm like, all right. So then these, I don't know if it was the FBI or CIA or whatever they are, these cops or whatever you want to call them, they come and they want him to track down Cicada, and they're going to wipe out his record or something like that. And he needs money because he can't even pay his rent. He's about to get kicked out of his apartment. And so he starts looking for Cicada, and he has to go to the library, and this woman's the librarian, and she's supposedly looking for Cicada too, which seems awfully convenient. And so they start working together, and they find a clue, and like the clues are, I don't know, some of them are just like really strange. They go to this one, and it's like this I don't know, just this little area outside that there's all these paintings, and they're like, okay, what are we looking for? It could be anything. And they're like looking around, and they find a freaking Cicada logo, and it's like, okay, well, any moron could stare at it and find the Cicada logo. They're not solving anything. They just kept looking until they found it. And so then it becomes like, I don't know, it kind of almost becomes like a spy movie. He's trying to infiltrate Cicada and find the leader. And the movie was all right. I didn't get super into it. There was a lot of things I just really didn't understand. It just kind of felt like a knockoff Da Vinci Code. And the acting was okay. It wasn't anything great, But the movie was all right. I gave it a 3 out of 5. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys have seen any of these movies or plan on picking them up, I'd love to hear down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos, check the suggested videos, and I'll see you guys next time.